Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'm going to be reacting to How to Get Started with Spirituality, Sadhguru. So this is kind of a continuation with Lakhani before. I don't necessarily know if this is kind of the same thing, but it's somewhat the same thing. Let's go ahead and get started.
Turn around once. Just turn around. Just turn around, turn around. See, all of you see what's written on his t-shirt.
What does it say?
A.
Hey.
Yeah, that's where you start. A.
Applause? A for applause?
Don't start with Z. A. You must start with A. A means it's a beginning, isn't it? So, where should you start? Does it happen in stages? Where should you start? I think we've been repeatedly saying, you can only start from where you are. You cannot start somewhere else. Don't try to start anywhere. There's nothing to start. It's already long ago it's been started. You are trying to just hasten it, that's all. You can't start it, it's already started. Your longing to grow has started, isn't it? Maybe you're thinking of more money, but that's only your misunderstanding. But essentially, you want to be something more. That's a spiritual process. Misguided, but a spiritual process. You want to become powerful, you want to become rich, you want to become knowledgeable, you want to be loved, you want to have pleasure, all these are spiritual processes going in wrong directions, that's all. Unconscious conducting of… you're unconsciously conducting a spiritual process. If you conduct anything unconsciously, you may flounder every step, maybe off the mark, isn't it? If you walk… now if I tell you, drive home with your eyes closed, before you get out of the parking lot, you will be in quite a bit of mess, isn't it? So now, don't try to start anywhere, just become more and more conscious. As you become more conscious, it will naturally find its way. To be conscious, to be aware, what it means. If you try to be aware, you cannot be aware. People are always mistaking mental alertness for awareness. Mental alertness will enhance your ability to survive better. You can survive better with mental alertness. But that is not awareness. Awareness means, right now are you here, right now? Do you know that you're here? That's awareness.
Yeah, I get that. Wow. I mean, he keeps talking about how intellect… or is it intelligence or intellect? I can't remember which one. He differentiates intellect and intelligence, I do believe. And one of them is for survival process. And it is genuinely something true. I never really thought… I don't know how long ago it was. I never really thought about awareness as something else different. Something separate from your survival instincts, basically. Survival instincts is just practically everything in the world, or a lot of things in the world. But awareness, in terms of what he's talking about here, is, to me, it is something that not a lot of people are aware of, to say the least. To me, I mean, it's… most people, unless you really… I would assume most people, unless they really look into this, aren't aware that sometimes they're being aware of life, in a sense. There's, I guess, there's spirituality, in terms of, I assume this definition. So basically, what I think I'm getting at here is from his the survival instincts to have shelter, to have food, and to have water. Food, water, and shelter. Those are the three essential things to survive. And in modern day, you need to go to work to get money to buy food, to pay for your rent and bills, to get water or drinks, to go have fun. And what awareness is, I think what he's getting at over here is more along the lines of enjoying life without the need of your survival instincts. So basically, not having to worry about food, shelter, or water, but genuinely trying to enjoy life. Not having to worry about anything, but just enjoying the moment that you're in. Only rich people can. People who are financially stable have a higher chance of enjoying that. But I know he's trying to teach this enjoyment to everyone, I'm sure. Just to realize that you can still act upon your survival instincts, but be aware of life, or your spirituality in this term, of living life, because he in his past videos he talks about bliss. He's always in bliss. And I think that's just because he's able to enjoy life for what it is without having survival instincts get in the way, in a sense. Most people, I do believe, in the world are always worried about where's the next meal going. Well, most people in the world worry about things in the world. What's going to happen tomorrow? Where do I have to work? What do I do at work? Where I'm going to buy my food? Where I'm going to get water? Where I'm going to pay my rent? Where I'm going to pay? I mean, basically not thinking about enjoying the moment, enjoying life. If you're out with your family or your friends, or out in the movies, or just out at the beach. Even some people that are in the beach they bring their tablets with them to do work. I'm sorry, being a techie guy myself, bringing tablets or electronics to the beach with the salty air, oof, it might ruin it. And I don't know, maybe because I can afford stuff, so I try to take care of my things so they don't get ruined. Anyways, let's continue on. But yes, being just like simple enjoyment of life, simple things, which is genuinely what I try to do. But having to worry about so many different things is difficult.
You're aware. That's why you know that you're here. Otherwise you would not know. Suppose you you do not know that you're here, isn't it? If somebody… you know. So someone is dead, poke, no awareness. Someone is asleep, poke, immediately there. Now you don't have to be poked, still you are there. So what I'm saying is, your awareness anyway is coming in different stages. Have you noticed at different times of the day you're in different levels of awareness? So it can be heightened. What is needed for survival naturally happens. Even when it comes to survival mode, not every individual is alert to the same extent. Now you're driving on the street, not everybody is alert to the same extent, it's a survival process, driving.
Yeah.
But not everybody is alert to the same extent. So even in the survival mode, not everybody is alert to the same extent, and that can be heightened. If you heighten this awareness continuously, a point will come where it's no more about survival. Something that is not needed for your survival will also come into your awareness. When that comes into your awareness, that which is not needed for your survival is bound to be a dimension beyond the physical. So when that comes into your living experience of life, you're on. Very simple. Those 7 days, what we were doing with you is slowly wind you up, wind you up, wind you up in such a way that you become more and more aware. Suddenly after 5-6 days, you were like after that, if you kept up your practice, gradually it'll move up every day. Otherwise, slowly you became dim once again. Have you noticed this? You steadily keep up your practice, how your awareness is, You give it up and slowly, voltage is going down. If voltage goes down, the light becomes dim. Light becomes dim, you see very few things. The voltage is really high, light becomes really bright and you see everything. This is awareness. So you don't work on your awareness or your consciousness or your spiritual growth, you just work upon your voltage. You keep your energies up as much as possible, and when energies are up, you tend to get entangled with something. You make sure you don't get entangled with anything. See, and
That's an interesting… I guess how I would explain that, maybe that might help, about the voltage thing. So I guess how I could rephrase that maybe, and maybe make more sense, at least to me and maybe someone else, is that working on your voltage so that you can brighten up this bulb of awareness. But survival instincts need power too. So as you pay attention to these other survival instincts, they draw away voltage from your bulb. I don't know if that's a good explanation or not, but it makes sense, because if they draw away power to that bulb, it's gonna be dim. You're gonna be distracted. Your awareness gets taken away from you to power these survival instincts. But maybe there's a way to either turn off the survival… not turn off, but to maybe not rely so much on survival instincts and to be able to enjoy life as is, or to increase that voltage so that you have enough to power your awareness and your survival instincts as well. Well, that's what he was talking about increasing your voltage so you can brighten up the awareness. Maybe there are different methods, like maybe to reduce your survival instincts when you're safe, obviously, to increase your awareness bulb, or to strengthen your voltage to be able to have that awareness and to have your survival instincts in place in near full capacity. I guess the first one would be more along the lines of people who cannot increase that voltage, so they have to take away power or voltage from the survival instincts to power the awareness bulb, and that's generally probably for beginners, because it's very difficult to focus on awareness when you're trying to survive. But I guess maybe masters along, like maybe like him, gurus and swamis, are able to power the voltage and survival instincts and are aware of both.
an adolescent is far more energetic than other people, but he's always getting into trouble because he has the energy but he doesn't have the stability. So to have the energy and to maintain the stability, if you do these two things, if you do, the rest will happen by itself, nothing to do. Simply sit and enjoy.
Okay. Well, I mean, he didn't really explain too much. You start with A, but that doesn't really say much. Being alive and aware. I mean, I guess he did kinda. He basically said to just be alive and to… how do I say? To be alive and just to live. In a sense, without… not necessarily without survival instincts. I don't want to say that because you need those to survive, but to just be more alive in the world as opposed to always be in this survival instinct mode. To be in the live mode as opposed to the survival instinct mode. So when you're out in the beach, like I was saying earlier, when you're out on the beach or just reading a book or just relaxing, to not think so much about, you know, what you have to do for work or what you have to do tomorrow. Just enjoy the moment. I think that's what he's trying to say. Anyways, that's my reaction to how do you get started with spirituality. I don't know how to do I don't know. Anyway, if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.